why is it proved, or do you believe it's proved to be that? It's because some of these issues, most of these issues, are issues of human condition, or issues that are incredibly difficult and challenging to shift to any real degree.
Yeah.
It's not bloody easy. So these are difficult in and of themselves. And most issues you look at,
give me an
very
example
difficult to move. And if you want to get involved in international development stuff, which we thought was important as we should, how do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you do that? And certainly, one time I was in Ghana, and there was a lady from ActionAid at the time. We were working with them at the time. I like going on trips where I don't let any one charity take us. We go with under our own umbrella, and we see 3 or 4 different organisations. I always worry what kind of spin you get. This lady was a proper in the field, had been for like 30 years. She's probably in at the time probably late 40s, properly development expert.
Yeah.
And what's his name? I'll forget his name in a second. What's his name? Make Property History doyen. What's his name? Professor, the American chap.
Stiglitz? No. Jeffrey.
Jeff Sachs. Jeff Sachs. Thank you. So, and I'm always trying to learn my inverted commas craft.
Yeah.
And part of that is finding people that do it better than you do, and there are plenty of them. So it's trying to work out who are the best people to work with. So I'm out on this trip well over 10 years ago. Jeff Sachs is rock star. I mean, he's still rock star. He was an absolute rock star at the time. And I've read his book, whatever, and I'm trying to understand. And he'd been out recently, I think, to Ghana, and he had this Millennium Village idea, which is all very hot, really hot, sexy kind of stuff. And so I'm out there my first evening, and I met this lady at Accra. We was having dinner, and at one point, I'm still green to this, but I was certainly very green then. And I mentioned Jeff Sachs' name, and I said, Jeffrey Sachs. Well, I think he was here recently. The Millennium Village idea. And this woman who's been in the field forever, she looks at me and she goes, "Jeff Sachs." She was American too. She goes, "Jeff Sachs? Jeff Sachs knows nothing about development." That kind of thing. Yeah. I've come across on quite a regular basis. The diversity and plurality of opinions out there of what works, what's good, how to do it, and so on and so forth. If you're like I'm either blessed or cursed with this sort of this ability or whatever it is to listen and to go, well, hold on, to try to work through it all. Yeah. To what's the truth of these? Or what does work a bit better? How the hell do you do this well? Yeah. People will say that sponsoring children's terrible. Sponsor a child, save a life, that kind of stuff. Yeah. Messaging behind that's harmful. Yeah. It is. I went to visit one of these Millennium Villages, and I could see the problems around it. It actually was causing some violence between neighbours. They'd chosen an area for like super investments, super enhancements, and what. But if you, it was arbitrary. Yeah. So if you happen to be the village that falls just outside the 30 villages they're working with, you got nothing. Yeah. Well, what do you mean that did to community relations? Yeah. So it is bloody difficult. Yeah. On one level, how fantastic. Makes perfect sense, doesn't it? You take an area, you take 30, 40 villages, and you're going to, you're going to work on it logically. You're going to work on, the clean water, when people are ill. You work on education. You're going to take all these things, put them in ducks in a row to make perfect sense. Yeah. Two things. One, the tremendous ill will that was created if you're not in that area, or the village outside that didn't get it. Yeah. And secondly, we happened to turn up in a village that Jeff Sachs had been in a few weeks earlier, and the village elders are all there to meet us, and quite literally they're like sitting there under a tree going, more kind of like Western rich people or something coming to visit us, although we didn't come with a whole he packed like a delegation, like a circus turned up, which is a handful of us. But they're sitting there going, well, what are you going to give us? What are you doing to us? There was no sense from these people of their agency. No sense of and I'm sure Jeff Sachs would say it was never intended. I think he's much more understanding of these things. Yeah. But nonetheless, what we experienced was elders sitting there saying, well, what are you bunging our way? And what are you doing to us?
That's what we've got used to.
Because that's what basically these meetings seem to be. Yeah. Blessing us with whatever you're going to bless us with, aren't you? Yeah. Which on several levels was disastrous. Yeah. And of course,
there's a great story in the book, and I do come across it yet, about the Maasai elders who were asked what they want.
No. Yeah. What was that?
They said we want a graveyard, and the development agency said, well, we don't do graveyards. It's not in our brief. You can have a clinic or a hospital or a school or and so the elders go off and consulting, and they come back and say, if we can't have a graveyard, we don't want anything.
The ability to listen and support people with what they want, I think is rather what you think they need. I don't know about graveyards, but I haven't gone through that machination. But nonetheless, it is. This will give me one example. Human nature is also the other part of why. So intractable, challenging issues is one thing, and within that, which you can't divorce it, is human nature and motivations, and and whatever it is that seems to lead to. Sometimes this does sound quite critical. I don't mean to be critical. I do mean to be critical, but I'm not trying to say I'm any better than anybody else. But it infuriates me to see grade B work being done when there's grade A available.
Right.
And this inability of a lot of people to put the work in, or to park their ego, whatever it may be, or whatever is driving making a second-rate decision.
Yeah.
This happens quite a lot. Governmentally, I see it quite regularly. Quasi-vanity projects, or a desire to do something without the evidence.
What you mean, like having the government name on the side?
Yeah, there's a sense of ownership of something, a desire to do good, short term. I mean, one of the joys of philanthropy is that you can take a medium long term view.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eventually, you realise you must take a medium long term view, and also you have you asked a question about who do I feel answerable to, or something like that.
Yeah.
Part of the joy is, I do feel answerable, or whatever the expression you used was. You'll find
accountable.
Accountable. Yeah. I do feel accountable, and I can answer that question.
Yeah.
But actually, the value sometimes a little less accountability. Although ironically, some of these decisions are so poor, people should be held to account.
Yeah.
But some flexibility to think medium long term. I don't need to do photo ops. I don't need short term fixes, answers that I can have people shine lights on to say I'm making progress. I'm sorting out the issue, aren't I?
Yeah.
We recognise it's bloody difficult. Recognise these things tend to be gradual in their change, and sometimes can't be measured.
Yeah.
You should try to where you can. But it's infuriating to see big slugs of money from wherever it may come, which is government in one place, but it can be high net worths, cutting across excellent work, and sometimes harming excellent work that's currently going on. That's the human nature of that, the systems or whatever it is, society we have that's what blocks, I think, a lot of the positive change. Or positive movement in the right direction. If it's placing grade A or not recognising what's good.
Have you done a lot of work with government?
Yeah, not after this interview.
No.
No, be careful how we express this, but unless
you'll see this interview.
But this stuff needs these things need saying.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to. I'd go on the record with this. There was a couple of things. Something I wouldn't. But something like National Citizenship Service, which you may or may not know about.
No.
Was a Cameron thing that came out of the Big Society.
Oh yeah.
It's currently spending, I'm not sure what the figure is, probably a couple £100 million a year on a summer programme for young people.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
But I'm absolutely convinced that £200 million, for the kind of goals they were hoping to achieve around young people and skills and personal development and social mix or whatever, I'm absolutely convinced that the money would have gone dramatically further if you'd have worked with existing organisations. You didn't create a new national service, and then ask organisations, and outsource it. So you've got commercial organisations bidding for the contracts. You've got other organisations who should be working on what they're currently doing, but it's better, but they're getting diverted to try to nab some money from the government to deliver an okay scheme. Yeah. When there's better, more long-term quality work being done, but there's no ability to listen.
Yeah.
And it's very frustrating to be supporting the better work, and it's evidence-based better work in many cases, but you can't stop this junk